Good afternoon, and welcome to today's MakeMusic Publications Immersive Orchestra Virtual Reading Session. My name is Heather Meyer, and I will be running everything in the background for our session today. We are thrilled to host today's virtual reading session with Brian Balmages. So let's get things started. Without further ado, let me introduce Brian Balmages.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. It's great to have you all here. The first piece that we're going to do, Legend of the Dragon Chasers, take that as an opportunity. If you need to check your volume, go ahead and do that. This will be a kind of a test reading piece. So if you need to stop playing for a little bit and check your volume, that's fine. The music is in numerical order. So even though the piece names are not there, as long as you are sorting by alphabetical order, all of the pieces will be in order, and that won't be a problem as well. All right. So without further ado, I want to get jumping in here, and we're going to start with a grade 2 piece, Legend of the Dragon Chasers by Chris Thomas. Very fun, quick story. The way that I got known to Chris, he was actually on an airplane flying across the country. And during that trip, there was a person next to him writing music, and he kept looking over, and eventually he introduced himself and said, "Oh, I write music too." And the person next to him said, "Oh, really?" And they started a conversation. Well, that person turned out to be Newbold, and they became good friends. And next thing I know, I'm getting music from Chris, who's an incredible film composer out in LA, also a cellist and former middle school orchestra teacher. So shout out to him as well. All right, hopefully you are all ready. We're going to start, and we're going to get to about the first, 90 or so measures of this. So this is Legend of the Dragon Chasers. Hope you guys are ready, because we are off and running. Here we go. Ready? And 3. I love this cello part. For those of you checking volume, we're coming up on measure 37. The phrasing violin. Great. So just a little bit of an idea of that, but that was Legend of the Dragon Chasers. What I love is that we've gone through so much, and we've barely finished the development section before we come back. So there's so much music and development there. Very, very, very playable. And so I certainly hope that you guys enjoyed that. It is time to move on to Golden Grove. This is one of mine. This is a really interesting opportunity, because with Golden Grove, you're going to notice that there are 3 different levels of parts. I think you all have the A parts, but you'll notice there's a grade 1.5 part, which is required, a grade 1, which is supplemental, and then a grade half. So this is really good for those of you that have a lot of different ability levels. Here's a little bit, so you can see how this is scored, right? As long as you're playing those top 5 parts, the A parts, you are good. And then after those 8 parts, maybe you have one violinist or a cellist who's maybe not quite there or moved from a different school. You can put them on that second part, or you can put them on that C part, which the C part is almost entirely, I think it's all open strings, actually. Yeah, I think it's either all open strings. There may be first finger in there. We'll see as we go along. All right, this is Golden Grove, and hope you guys are ready. Here we are. Phrasing right here. Watch me. Great idea of that as well. Golden Grove, and again, got a lot of stuff going on there, but that was only the A parts that we were listening to and playing. So there's a lot of great opportunities there. We're going to move on to Battle. Battle was written by my dear friend Soon-Hee Newbold. We actually, fun fact, Soon-Hee and I both were dear friends before either one of us published a single piece. We were actually at college together. For those of you who may know the music of Robert D. McCashin, Soon-Hee was the principal violinist, and I was in the trumpet section. I didn't get to be principal trumpet until she left. So she was in the principal violin, and I was in the trumpet section, and we were in his orchestra. And so that's how we met. Battle, grade 3. And what I love about this piece is you'll see a lot of optional percussion in here, but you'll see that she also adds a lot of percussion in the music itself. We are actually going to jump all the way to measure 64. And that's where I would like us to start. And to help you all with that, to feel that, I'm actually going to go ahead and we're going to start in measure 63. You can either start with me or just take that one measure prep, and then we'll jump right into 64. And I believe we will take this all the way to the end. So this is Battle. Ready? Right on 64. Don't worry about the solo. You can all get to play. This is a everybody plays day. Here we go. Ready? 64. The 8th notes here. sound here. Really nice on that one. So that, again, Battle by Sunhee Newbold. Next up, we have one of my favorite transcriptions that we're going to be doing today. This is a grade 2 arrangement of the Magic Flute by Todd Parrish. A lot of you may know Todd. Todd's a wonderful musician, wonderful educator, and also a great arranger. The thing that I love so much about this, as all of you know, the Magic Flute is not the greatest gift to young players with the left hand, right? It's pretty tricky. And so what you will see is in your own parts, but you can also see here, he's removed the difficulty from the left hand entirely. The rhythm stays intact, but the left hand really becomes quite simplified. And you would be shocked at how authentic it still sounds. So we're going to just dive right on in here and start with the Magic Flute. And we're going to start from the beginning because, hey, let's face it, it's always a good place to start, right? Here we are. Here. I should have told you, we'll go ahead and take the repeat. And here's bass. Very nice, very nice. So that was a little bit, not a little bit, it was all of it actually, of the Overture to the Magic Flute, Todd Parrish. So we're going to jump ahead to, again, another very good friend of mine, Katie LaBrie. Katie, I actually knew Katie's husband before I knew Katie. I knew Joe, and I did a commission for their school years ago for a band. For those of you who are string directors, which is all of you, right? That's the dark side of the musical world, but the ones that leave all the spit on the floor and everything, right? So Katie is a wonderful composer who's actually starting to cross over into the band world as well. This piece, G Street Rock, is an exceptional way to teach basically notes on the G string for all instruments. So it really focuses on that. There is an optional drum set part. It's actually not required, but it's very easy to play. So most schools would be able to find either a teacher or a student or a high school student to come back and be able to do this. There's also some optional solo work in there. You will see, you should have gotten it. There's an improvisation worksheet for all students as well. So a lot of things that they can work on there as well. So let's do a little bit of G Street Rock. I'm actually going to take you from the beginning, get you through the solo section. We'll do the solo repeat one time, one repeat. So play it 2 times through, and then I'll probably stop you just after that. So this is G Street Rock. Here. Weight on the quarter notes, but I think stylistic, I love that. Right here. Yeah. A little more on the accents. Take the repeat. And good. And then we kind of get into a little bit of a shout chorus right there. I know some of you wanted to go on. It's fun. It really, really is. So that was G Street Rock by Katie LaBrie. All right, we're going to move on to a lovely setting of the hornpipe and Boureé. As you know, these are separate movements, but there's a couple groups out there that have put these together into a single version. And so Debbie Monday kind of took that idea and went through with this. This is a 2.5. For the sake of time, we are not going to take the repeat. Okay, so we will jump forward past that, and we will continue right into measure 9. And we will go ahead and take the slight ritardando, and then we'll jump right into the tempo at 18. Okay, and just to let you know, we will go all the way through, but we will take the second ending, and we will stop. All right. So once we go back to the andantino, in my mind, you've now heard everything. And so that was my goal. So that's where we're going to do. So here we are. This is the hornpipe and Boureé, arranged by Debbie Baker Monday. Hope you enjoy this. Ready? Reminder, no repeats. Just kidding, we are going to take that repeat. Okay, nice job on that. So that was tricky, right? Because it's like we're not going to take the repeat. We are going to take the repeat. That's how you know I'm a trumpet player, because I tell you one thing and then I do something else. So my apologies for that, but no big deal on that at all. We're going to move on to an exceptional arrangement of "I'll Be Home for Christmas." Erik Morales is I would argue that he is one of the most talented and underutilized arrangers, maybe in the country, maybe the world, especially when they call it the educational world. This arrangement was, first of all, just so much fun to conduct in the Palladium with these string players. But this could be on any album. It really could be. It is incredible. And I stand behind it 1,000,000%. It's about a grade 3.5 to grade 4. If you have an incredible group, I don't worry about it. Grade 3.5. Just do it. Just do it, and you'll be glad you did. So here we are. We're going to start right from the top on this one. I'll give you about a beat, a prep, and then notice we do have a pickup into the first measure. So be aware of that as well. All right. So here we are. This is "I'll Be Home for Christmas." Watching me here. Really nice. You're just not going to find a better one. You're just not. I also wanted to play the whole thing because half the country is like melting right now from the heat. And so I thought that maybe that would just a little bit help you guys out. So next up, we have Colliding Fates. And this is a piece by Tyler Grant. He has not done a lot for strings, but I think you're really going to enjoy what he has done here. This is a grade 2, a very playable grade 2. One of the things that I love about this so much, sorry about that. One of the things that I love about this so much is that he does play with harmonies a little bit, and he's going to stretch their ear. You're going to hear some C natural, C sharps kind of overlapping a little bit at times, and I really love that a lot. So this is Colliding Fates. I'm checking my watch to see how I'm doing. I am on track, so that's a good thing. All right. Here's everybody. Colliding Fates. Here we go. Very nice. So Colliding Fates by Tyler Grant, grade 2. Next up, we have, sorry, it's one of mine. So a lot of you may know my Beethoven Lullaby, and I was working with a group in Fredericksburg, and it was a high school group, but they had just come together for one day and they had no time. And so we just thought a great piece to really work on musicianship would be that piece. And so I was joking around with them that they kept rushing the piece so much that I said, I should have written you guys a piece called like a Beethoven race or something, right? And they all laughed, but then they were like, do it. And so what wound up happening was I wound up getting inspired to write this piece called Ode to a Joyride. And so it's sort of like the I don't know, the older brother to Beethoven Lullaby. You'll notice the grade level here is a 3.5. And so I'm actually going to be conducting it with a lot of those members. They're going to be doing a side-by-side with the Fredericksburg Symphony Orchestra in October. So we're going to be doing that as a side-by-side. And so really excited. And one of the cool things about it is that a lot of these kids come from schools that do not get these types of opportunities. They're not really close to a major area, and a lot of these kids are in transient areas. And so this is going to give a lot of them a chance to sit next to a professional musician, which I think is awesome. All right, so here we are, Ode to a Joyride. I'm going to skip around just a little bit in this one, so be ready. But right now, I'm going to take you from the opening, and we'll get it around measure 53, and then I'm going to jump all the way to the end. So here's the opening. Here we go. Ode to Joyride. Good. So I'm going to jump forward for you all just for a moment. And what I'd like to do, please, is we're going to jump forward to, let's say measure 114. Okay. So if you want to hear the rest of this, you're going to have to buy it. Or you can listen to it online, but I prefer buying it. That's a much better option. So we're going to jump here to 114. For those of you looking, I'm actually going to be starting right in 113 if you want to start playing there. But I'm going to just give you a measure prep going into 114. You can hear the diminution. I'm going to augment the theme, actually. You can see it in the viola and the cello right there. So here we are. This is going to be basically 113, and we'll go to the end. Ready? 114 there. Nice job. So that is Ode to a Joyride. It was fun. It was really fun to write, and it's going to be just awesome to see those kids and their faces when they get a chance to do that. All right. For those of you that have fog machines or strobe lights, or you want to set your instruments on fire, if there's middle school kids watching this, do not do that ever. Okay. But we are going to do a really, really fun piece. You know, I'm always looking for, a lot of you that have been to Midwest know that kind of every 3 years there's Irish Legend, which is a piece that a group will always close with. And groups are always looking for another closer, because you can't play that I guess you could play it every day and every concert. But if you can find a local drummer, it can be a high school drummer, it can be, to be honest, a local grunge band drummer. I mean, you want somebody that has experience with metal. This is incredibly fun. We're not going to do the whole thing, but there are options for electric violins. There's dueling electric violins. You can see it's like almost like electric guitars. So this is incredible. And the background track is available alone. So if you just want the drum set part, you can actually get that and play along with it as a backing track. You're going to love this. All right. This is Moshpit Sabbath, Chris Thomas, grade 4.5 to grade 5. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody, nobody plays in the first beat except for first measure, except for drums. So I'm going to cue everybody on measure 3. Here we go. Ready? Measure 3, here. We will not take repeats. Oh, I hope you're having fun right now. No repeats going on. I suppose you could even use a guitar player on this if you want to. time. You moved, I know. So we get there to the end. I will let you know, just taking a quick look, you can see there's all the scratching. It's just so much fun. This is one of those pieces that it's like, you know, who says the orchestra doesn't get to have all the fun too, right? You could get lights going, you could get strobe, you could get all kinds of stuff. So that was Moshpit Sabbath. And now for something completely different. This is the Intermezzo from Cavalleria Rusticana, and a beautiful arrangement by Katie LaBrie. I am sure there are those of you out there who have harp players and are looking at options to be able to utilize them with orchestra. This is a great option. The harp part is optional, but it really does add a lot to the music. So this is the Intermezzo. And I hope that you enjoyed it. We're going to go about to measure 35 on this, give you about a 2-minute chunk of it. Here we go. Ready? So for the sake of time, I want to keep going. Trust me, I want to play that forever. But for the sake of time to keep going, I'm going to move on. You can just see it's gorgeous, and it ends very, very beautifully. Lots of great. And also, by the way, Katie is a very dear friend who is a harp player. So this harp part is extremely well pedagogically written as well. So that's always good to know. We're going to move on to Winter Aire. Winter Aire is written by a colleague of mine, also a dear friend, and somebody who I have an immense amount of respect for, Morgan Denney. I am very fortunate in that I don't just get to publish Morgan, but I get to work alongside Morgan. If you want to think of Wizard of Oz, and the wizard is one person, but it's really the person behind the curtain who's doing all the stuff, and that's Morgan. Morgan handles all of the production of all of the MakeMusic Publications line, and she's just absolutely amazing. And so I'm thrilled to be able to feature her music here as well. This is Winter Aire, which is a traditional Scottish theme, and it's extremely well done. We are going to go ahead and start. Let's see here. We're going to start at measure 12. So I'm going to jump forward here to measure 12. And that way, this is kind of at a point where the full orchestra is playing. So everybody just watch me for the downbeat of 12. Here we are. Ready? Great. So that's a little bit of the winter air. Again, very, very nice. Let's move on because we got things to do here, right? Move on. We're going to move on to Rush. This is written by Neridah Oostenbroek. Neridah is a wonderful composer teacher down in Australia. For those of you who follow me on social media, I was just down there conducting, got home 2 days ago. Fortunately, I do not get jet lag. Thank goodness, because otherwise this would be a terrible session. And so we had a chance to see each other and work together. So this is a lovely piece. Very, very well written. We are going to start at the beginning and get you into the middle section so you can hear a little bit of this. This is Rush, about a grade 3. Good. So you get a little bit of a hint of that. I always hate to stop on this, right? I would love to just do a lot more of these pieces and all of them, but we would probably be here for another 2 or 3 hours. And Alfred won't let me do that. So be it. Here we have a beautiful arrangement of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Carrie Gruselle. We're going to see one more of her pieces here in a moment as well. The thing I love about Carrie's music, as a lot of you know, it just plays so well and lays under the fingers so well. So this is a little bit of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Here we are. Just making sure you're all watching. So that was a little bit of Have Yourself. If you played on the downbeat of 32, shame on you. You're not watching. Let's move on. This was really cool because when I started with Alfred, suddenly I had copyrights. And I also had a very dear friend, soon he, and suddenly we were able to put the two together. This arrangement is absolutely stunning. One of the things that I love about it is that she includes the narration. I'm going to let you hear a tiny bit of it, but she also includes the zombie dance part. So you'll see there's stomping and clapping. I'm not going to get you through that whole thing, but you will get to hear just a little bit of the tail end of it. But it's a great opportunity for choreography, all kinds of things. So this is a little bit of Thriller. Let's have some fun. I will stop you right before we do the repeat. All right, but for the cello line. Sorry, cellos. We'll get to other stuff. Here we go. Thriller. And viola is the way it was originally meant to be, I'm sure. And you can see violas, right? You have a little bit of that guitar part in there, that clean kind of pizzicato guitar sound. I want to jump all the way to, let's see here. Can we jump all the way to 105? So I'm going to jump all the way to 105. So, oh, by the way, you can see all that zombie dance in here, right? Good stuff. All right, here we are at 105. You're going to hear the tail end of, you're going to hear the very tail end of the zombie dance. All right, here we are. I'll give you one measure for nothing. And
the foulest stenches in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom.
Open repeat.
And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the Thriller.
Somebody may have had way too much fun recording this. That is not Vince Price, and it is not a person related to him. It's a person that Ryan Fraley, one of our marketing people, found him. And yeah, okay. The Wizard of Oz. This is the highlights of The Wizard of Oz, grade 2.5. This is absolutely exceptional. I think you guys are going to really enjoy this as well. We're going to dive right on in. Here's highlights from The Wizard of Oz. We'll start from the very, very beginning. Right? I'll be conducting in 2. And here. Good. So you get an idea of that. And I will mention to you, it does jump into Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it is an absolutely gorgeous version of that as well. And it ends in a very, very beautiful dialogue between viola and first violin, with seconds and everybody else providing support there. So it's absolutely beautiful arrangement. Let's move on. We got 2 left, and I've got 4 minutes. I'm doing well. All right, we're going to go to Pirattitude. This is by Chris Thomas. This is your ultimate pirate tune. It's just great. So let's just dive right on in. All right. Pirattitude, Chris Thomas, about a grade 3. So that's just a little bit of Pirattitude. It is super fun. It is super fun and super engaging. Okay, our last piece with the last 2 minutes that I have. I thought we would have a little bit of fun and do a full orchestra piece. And so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully you're warmed up by now, because as you can see, you have a lot of notes. If you're a beginning or a middle school student that's kind of reading along with us, practicing your sight reading, well, see you on the other side. All right, this is just a little bit of uplifted. This is a great overture. I wrote this kind of as a great alternative to something like Festive Overture or Candide, something like that. It's a little bit easier. All the wind parts are very engaged. There are 4 percussion parts the entire time. Here we go. Let's have a little bit of fun. And we'll just play about a minute and a half of this, and then we will be all set. Ready? Here. Don't rush this. Hang in there. Here's 29. You made it. Seconds. far as we can get. So I tried to get into the part where we had a little bit more string action going on in there and as well. So folks, congratulations. We just read 18 pieces in an hour. And I hope you had a lot of fun.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye, all.